Alright, how's it going guys? AlphaYGO back at it again, and today we got a special treat for everyone. I have my good pal Mateo over here, and Mateo, what did you do today?
I played a remote duel regionals and I got top 4.
Top 4?
I mean, if you saw the last Runick Generator profile on this channel, it was pretty similar to that. I was the one that cooked that one up for Richard.
And I'm excited to see it.
And if you want to see how this deck can hand rip your opponent for anything between 2 to 4 cards, be sure to stick around for the second half of the video.
3 Lopter, 3 Vala, 3 Diviner. These are the 9 cards you want to see the most. These 2 are 1-card combos. This requires an additional card, but you just need 3 of it. And it is, like, if you have that additional card, really, really strong. To play with the Diviner, we have 1 Trius and 1 DD Sprite. It makes your Diviner 1-card Baron with the DD Sprite brick. We play the 4 quote-unquote bad cards to draw. These cards turn into really good cards to draw if you see Diviner or I mean, any of these, really. But yeah, these are the cards that you'll brick on, technically, but you have to play each of these. Sometimes I side out at Garda going second, depending on the matchup, but it's great to have in. That's all for the monsters. I don't play any hand traps. Hand traps do not work well with the secondary engine, which is the Runics. But obviously, 3 boss stage and terraforming, and then terraforming is really good because it flexes into fountain. But for the rest of the Runic engine, it's just 3 of all the good ones. Like 3 tip, flashing, freezing, destruction, and then 1 slumber. 1 slumber is only so we have one that we can activate when we have our EMZ full, and the best card in the deck. This plus any Runic card is 2 hand rips, an Omni Negate, and usually you'll have a way to boss stage. And for the trap cards, boss fight, which I'm very heavily considering cutting, and then 3 evenly matched that I didn't see once today, heading over to the extra. Very much similar to last time, 2 Leviton, 2 Jormungandr, 2 Vladimir. These are your bread and butter. This is what you go into when you're comboing. This is what you go into to break boards and when you're comboing. And then the F-Zero package is what you make your 2 Vladimirs into, just because it does negate cards. I've been told that's pretty good. Now we play Earth Slicer. It is worse Leviton, but I want a card that profitably goes into non-destruction removal. This is the card that I think I would replace. Zeus almost never comes up because you're locked out of your battle phase. I'd like it to be an SP or a Typhon. And the 2 Sleipnir, 1 Gary, 1 Hugin Runic package is pretty standard, and then Baron is the last, obviously, for our combo that we talked about earlier. And then side deck, I've optimized this a lot. There's a lot of different changes. 2 Druis and a Mag, Nibs, and Drolls with the rest of the hand traps I played. Anti-Rescue Ace, Propaganda, and then Old Man is the best going first card for this deck because it's just more negates.
Alright, thank you for showing off your list. So why don't you just show us exactly what your game plan is every time you go into your games?
Yeah, so the bread and butter combo that you want to see a lot of the time is Monstrosity plus Slumber. There's a lot of different variations of this combo, like any way to put 2 9s, like you could do 2 Generators, 2 Runics, like there's a lot of different ways to do this. This is the by far most efficient one, and the one that uses a lot of less cards. So all you do, you activate your Slumber, grab your Sleipnir out. There he is. Target him with Monstrosity. Sleipnir, if he wasn't a light monster, this would be a lot better, but obviously, beggars can't be choosers. So you're going to summon Hela and Vala because they're both different types and attributes. You go these 2 into your first Vladimir. Have to detach the Vala, very important. So you banish 1 card out of their hand, and then you Hela effect, tribute itself to target the Vala and summon it. And then you trigger the Vala, since you haven't used its effect yet, to get back to Hela. And then you go for a second Vladimir, banish another card. And once the second card's banished, they're playing off of a 4-card hand once they draw for turn. So this is 2 cards that you trade for 2 of their cards, but yours are obviously more valuable since you're going first. And you're able to set up so many powerful like negate plays, and then you just go for your Utopic Drake of Future. These fall off. Alright, so the other line that you can go for if you have these 2 cards, I guess these 2 cards plus boss stage, is you can go for, instead of summoning Hela Vala, you can go for Har Vala. And then you overlay these 2 for the Jormungandr. You Jormungandr detaching the Vala. Again, important to attach the Vala. You draw like a random card and then it goes here. Doesn't matter, your opponent does the same. This technically could give them a chance to draw a hand trap, but you always have these 2 on the field. So you'll always have some kind of negate for like a Nibiru. Nothing else like hard matters. If you get drawn at this point, you're not adding anymore. And from here, you trigger your boss stage. You summon Mardel from deck, trigger Mardel. You'll grab, I like to grab a Garda, but you can grab literally any name in the deck. Trigger your Vala, pitching the name you drew, and then you summon the name. Then you just go these 2 into first one, banish a random card. These 2 into the second one, banish a random card. And you may be thinking, okay, well, you said there was 4 hand loops. Where's the last one? So you still do the same thing where you make these 2 into Utopic Draco Future, and you chill for a moment here, and then when your opponent draws, you trigger the boss stage, and you summon the second Vala from deck. You can go boss stage 1 to summon tokens, Vala 2 to bring back your Har again. So your Har comes back. Obviously, you'd want to do this regardless, even if you weren't going for a big hand rip combo. And then you get your tokens. I'll just use these for some tokens. You have enough to negate with Har. That's the only amount that matters. The 2 is the magic number. And then in standby phase, you trigger your Snake to force them to draw again. And then you can Har them for the 4th card. The upside of this combo is up until you make the second Enter Blathnir, you have an Omni Negate on field at all times.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Mateo. It was great having you on and show off yours today. It's great to see that you got to play today and you came top 4, which is insane. And you're playing against some notable players. I think you played Shumping in your final, right?
Yeah, Shumping at table 1 in the final round.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Mateo. And I forgot my outro, so bye bye.
Peace.